Life has no inherent meaning. It is a blank canvas upon which we paint our experiences, passions, and values. This perspective, rooted in existential philosophy, emphasizes the human responsibility to create personal meaning. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, highlighted this in Man's Search for Meaning, asserting that even in the direst circumstances, humans have the ability to find purpose. Today we explore the importance of self-love, authenticity, and the courage to embrace our unique identities as central to a fulfilling life. Before we continue, click that red subscribe button to join our journey of self-discovery, self-love, and empowerment. Let's grow together, one inspiring video at a time. From a young age, societal expectations begin to shape our sense of identity and self-worth. These expectations are reinforced through various channels: family, education, media, and social interactions. Children are often praised or criticized based on achievements in school, sports, or social behavior, subtly embedding the idea that their value is tied to external accomplishments. This phenomenon was explored by psychologist Carl Rogers, who described it as conditional positive regard. In this framework, love, acceptance, and validation are offered only when an individual meets certain predefined standards. While these conditions may serve as motivators in the short term, they can lead to long-term psychological challenges. The internalization of these expectations often manifests as self-criticism and self-doubt. This is especially true in environments that prioritize perfectionism or competition. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology indicates that individuals raised in high-pressure environments are more likely to develop maladaptive perfectionism, a condition characterized by excessive self-criticism and fear of failure. Over time, this can erode self-esteem and contribute to mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. One prominent consequence of internalized societal expectations is imposter syndrome, a psychological pattern in which individuals doubt their abilities and fear being exposed as frauds, despite evidence of competence. According to a 2022 study by the American Psychological Association, nearly 64% of individuals reported experiencing imposter syndrome at some point in their careers, with women and minorities disproportionately affected. This phenomenon reflects the impact of societal narratives that equate worth with external validation, be it through job titles, academic degrees, or other achievements. The media also plays a significant role in perpetuating these standards. Studies have shown that exposure to idealized portrayals of beauty, success, and lifestyle on platforms like Instagram and TikTok exacerbates feelings of inadequacy. For instance, a 2021 study published in Computers in Human Behavior found that social media users who frequently compared themselves to others reported higher levels of body dissatisfaction, anxiety, and depressive symptoms. This cultural conditioning often blinds individuals to their intrinsic worth, which exists independently of external metrics like resumes, physical appearances, or social personas. Neuroscience supports the idea that self-worth is a deeply ingrained human need. Research on the brain's reward system reveals that feelings of acceptance and validation activate the same neural pathways as physical rewards, like food or money. However, when self-worth becomes contingent upon external validation, it creates a cycle of dependency, making individuals vulnerable to fluctuations in external feedback. Breaking free from this cycle requires shifting the focus from external validation to intrinsic self-worth. This can be achieved through practices like mindfulness, self-compassion, and reframing negative self-talk. A meta-analysis published in Self and Identity in 2020 demonstrated that interventions aimed at fostering self-compassion led to significant reductions in self-criticism and improvements in overall well-being. By recognizing that our value is not tied to societal metrics, we can begin to dismantle harmful narratives and reclaim a sense of self rooted in authenticity and inner strength. Self-love is often misunderstood as self-indulgence or narcissism, but in reality, it is a radical and transformative act of reclaiming our inherent worth. It requires acknowledging our intrinsic value beyond external achievements and societal expectations. Science supports the profound impact of self-love and self-compassion on mental health and overall well-being, highlighting it as a cornerstone for a fulfilled and balanced life. Numerous studies demonstrate that self-compassion, a central component of self-love, has significant psychological benefits. A 2020 meta-analysis published in the journal Mindfulness examined the impact of self-compassion practices, such as mindfulness meditation, self-kindness exercises, and cognitive reframing on emotional well-being. The study found that participants who engaged in these practices experienced substantial reductions in anxiety, depression, and stress, alongside improvements in self-esteem and life satisfaction. These findings underscore that self-love is not merely a feel-good concept, but a scientifically validated approach to improving mental health. Kristin Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, defines self-compassion as treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that one would offer a friend. Her studies reveal that self-compassionate individuals are better equipped to cope with setbacks and challenges, showing greater resilience and emotional regulation. This aligns with findings from a 2021 study published in Frontiers in Psychology, which noted that self-compassion reduces rumination and increases emotional stability, particularly during stressful periods. One of the most insidious barriers to self-love is self-criticism. Often fueled by societal conditioning and personal insecurities, self-criticism can lead to feelings of inadequacy and shame. Research published in Cognitive Therapy and Research in 2019 highlights that excessive self-criticism is a major predictor of anxiety and depressive disorders. However, practicing self-love and self-compassion can help counteract this effect. For example, a 2020 study in behavior research and therapy found that individuals trained in self-compassion techniques reported significantly reduced levels of self-critical thoughts and improved self-acceptance. Self-love often emerges as a transformative force during what is commonly referred to as the dark night of the soul, periods of profound self-reflection and emotional pain. These experiences, though deeply challenging, are often catalysts for personal growth and self-discovery. Carl Jung, the founder of analytical psychology, viewed such moments as opportunities for shadow work, where individuals confront the parts of themselves they have suppressed or denied. This process can lead to greater self-awareness and a more integrated sense of self. Modern psychological research supports the idea that adversity can foster personal growth. The concept of post-traumatic growth, introduced by psychologists Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun, describes the positive psychological change that occurs as a result of struggling with challenging life circumstances. A 2019 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that individuals who actively engaged in self-compassion during difficult times were more likely to experience post-traumatic growth, including increased appreciation for life, improved relationships, and a stronger sense of purpose. Furthermore, self-love fosters healthier relationships. A 2020 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin revealed that individuals with higher levels of self-compassion are better able to maintain strong, supportive relationships, as they are less likely to project their insecurities onto others and more likely to approach conflicts with empathy and understanding. Embracing self-love is an act of courage and self-empowerment. It requires challenging internalized beliefs that equate worth with productivity or perfection, and instead recognizing that our value is inherent. As the poet Rupi Kaur eloquently states, "How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you." By prioritizing self-love, we not only transform our own lives, but also create a ripple effect that inspires others to do the same. In this way, self-love becomes a powerful force for individual and collective healing. Self-discovery is not a single event, but an ongoing, dynamic process that evolves throughout our lives. It is characterized by moments of growth, self-reflection, and transformation, often spurred by new experiences and challenges. This cyclical nature reflects the complexity of human identity, which continually adapts in response to internal and external factors. By understanding the psychological and philosophical frameworks of self-discovery, we can better navigate this journey with awareness and purpose. Developmental psychology offers a structured lens through which to view the evolving nature of identity. Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development is one of the most comprehensive frameworks for understanding how self-discovery unfolds over a lifetime. Erikson identified 8 stages of psychosocial development, each characterized by a central conflict or task. For example, young adulthood is often defined by the pursuit of deep connections and relationships, where intimacy versus isolation becomes the primary focus. Success in this stage leads to meaningful intimacy, while failure can result in isolation and a weakened sense of self. As individuals progress into middle adulthood, the focus shifts to generativity versus stagnation. This stage revolves around contributing to society through parenting, career achievements, or community involvement, with fulfillment arising from purpose-driven contributions. Finally, in late adulthood, self-discovery often centers on reflecting on one's life. This stage, characterized by ego integrity versus despair, can bring a sense of fulfillment or regret, depending on how unresolved conflicts are addressed. Unlike a straight path, self-discovery is often cyclical, with recurring themes and challenges that deepen our understanding of ourselves over time. Each cycle allows for revisiting unresolved aspects of our identity with a new perspective shaped by age, experience, and personal growth. For instance, individuals may find themselves reevaluating core beliefs as they encounter different life stages. Values and priorities often shift with new responsibilities or experiences, such as transitioning into parenthood, navigating career changes, or approaching retirement. Neuroscience reveals that the brain retains its plasticity well into adulthood, meaning we are continually capable of learning, growing, and adapting. A 2020 study in Nature Communications confirmed that adults who engage in self-reflective practices exhibit greater emotional adaptability and problem-solving abilities. While the process of self-discovery can be liberating, it is not without its challenges. Many people resist self-discovery because it can disrupt familiar routines or relationships. This fear of change often stems from a reluctance to leave comfort zones. Social expectations and societal pressures can further stifle individuality, making it difficult to explore one's true self. Cognitive dissonance, experiencing discomfort when confronting aspects of oneself that conflict with one's self-image, can also act as a significant barrier. Overcoming these challenges requires courage and persistence. A supportive environment, whether through trusted relationships or professional guidance, can significantly aid this process. Despite its challenges, the journey of self-discovery offers profound rewards. By understanding one's motivations, strengths, and weaknesses, individuals gain a clearer sense of identity and purpose. This process fosters emotional resilience, equipping individuals to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and adaptability. As people become more authentic, they often find deeper, more meaningful connections with others. A 2019 study in the Journal of Happiness Studies found that individuals who engage in self-reflective practices report higher levels of life satisfaction and overall happiness. The process of self-discovery is an ever-evolving journey that invites us to confront our deepest fears, embrace our highest potential, and integrate the many facets of our identity. By engaging in this process with openness and curiosity, we cultivate a richer understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. As Carl Jung aptly stated, your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. As individuals, our greatest gift to the world is our authenticity. Each of us possesses a unique perspective and creative spark that, if left unexpressed, will never be replicated. To live fully, we must reject the fear of judgment, embrace our imperfections, and commit to a lifelong journey of self-love. In the words of poet Mary Oliver, they always tell me, What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? The answer lies in embracing who we are, unapologetically and wholeheartedly. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire others to do the same. This revolution begins with self-worth, and it starts today.